SpaceX has finally performed a high-altitude test flight for a prototype of its Starship vehicle. After a successful launch, the Starship rose and successfully maneuvered its way to the landing area. However, it appeared that the spacecraft didn't slow down enough for a proper landing. What happened was it went straight up like it was supposed to. It performed an amazing maneuver where it went belly first, fell for quite a ways, and then its jet engine kicked in, flipped it straight up once again as it landed straight up and down, just how it took off. But it looked to, be going a bit too fast and ended up exploding in a thrilling fashion. The moment recalls the many attempts that we saw of the Falcon 9 landings that didn't quite work out in the early to mid-2000s until, of course, they did. On the live feed, SpaceX said that the test was successful and noted it would be moving on to testing the SN9 prototype next. Elon Musk tweeted, quote, "Successful ascent, switch over to header tanks, and precise flap control to landing point." In a follow-up, he explained the landing, saying that the low fuel header tank pressure during the landing burn contributed to the high touchdown velocity and the massive explosion. The good news is that the team got all the data they needed, and it appears everything is in order for future tests. Check this out, it's called the RetroN Junior. It's yet another new piece of retro tech to come out of CES this year. Much like the Super Retro Champ, it uses your original cartridges. Most of us retro collectors out there have a few Game Boy games just lying around. Now, it's time to put them on the big screen. The Retro Junior is designed to resemble a small GameCube. On top, you have your Game Boy cartridge slot, allowing you to play Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games as well. We're not sure why they didn't go with the classic DMG colors. Instead, they went with a black and kind of baby sick variant. Hyperkin have yet to release a price tag for this one, or even any specs, but we do know that it runs on emulation and not original hardware. It uses an HDMI cable to connect to your TV, allowing you to pump out 720p images. Straight out of the box, the RetroN Junior comes with a controller, allowing you to sit back on your couch with your legs up playing Pokemon Yellow until the sun comes up. They have yet to decide whether it's going to be a wired or wireless option, but if they chose the wired route, you can be sure that they'll lose a fair few customers because of it. We all want wireless controllers these days. If HDMI isn't your thing, it comes with the old school composite cables too, allowing you to connect it to your giant old CRT TV. It connects to your wall via USB-C, so it's not battery powered. One major feature which Hyperkin has yet to add to this concept, it was showed at CES, however, is an internal link cable connector that would allow you to trade your Pokemon on the go. They failed to inform the public whether or not it would be able to allow head-to-head battling in multiplayer games, so we'll just have to wait for more information when they release it. Oh, check this out. Star Wars fans were treated to a surprise sneak peek at one of the most anticipated projects in the known galaxy, Disney's new Galactic Starcruiser Hotel. The new Star Wars-themed hotel will take up residence at the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida. Forget the rides and simulations. For the first time, fans are going to be able to truly live out their Star Wars fantasies in a completely immersive experience that is going to feature 24/7 storytelling. Forget the usual check-in. Guests of the Galactic Starcruiser will arrive at a space terminal where they will make the journey to the Starcruiser via launch pod, which will simulate the experience of blasting off into space. The pod will arrive at the atrium of the Starcruiser, where guests will be surrounded by droids, Wookiees, and stormtroopers, with hotel announcements communicated by hologram. As for the suites, each room is going to be modeled to look like the cabins of a Starcruiser, with spaceship-like automatic doors and sleeping pods for up to 5 people. Windows will give a glimpse into outer space as well. Guests will also be invited to participate in a variety of activities. For the first time, adults and kids alike will get to wield a lightsaber and undertake some Jedi training as part of the experience. As part of your visit, you'll also be able to take a tour of the bridge of the ship and view the ship's navigation and defense systems. Guests will also get to go on a planet excursion to Batuu to visit the Black Spire outpost on the galaxy's edge. This is going to be an experience that every single Star Wars fan is going to want to take advantage of. If you want to know how much it's going to cost, you're completely out of luck. They haven't mentioned a thing. But the Galactic Starcruiser Hotel will begin taking guests sometime in 2021. The wait to see the resurrected Aptera is over. Apart from checking what the 1,000-mile range EV looks like, prospective customers will also be able to reserve one at the company's website. That is after paying a $100 refundable deposit. If you're curious about the prices, they start at $25,900 and go up to $46,900 if you add options to it. All Aptera cars will feature the Never Charge solar technology. It aims to add up to 45 miles of range on sunny days. Depending on where you live, that may be enough for you to never have to plug your Aptera into the grid. For $25,900, you get the front-wheel drive EV with 100 kilowatts. That's about 135 horsepower, and the lowest range. The 25 kilowatt-hour battery pack would provide about 250 miles of range for you. However, the prices for each battery pack were not disclosed. We know that the 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack comes with all-wheel drive, 201 horsepower, and aims to take you 1,000 miles with a single charge. The other options are 40 kilowatt hours or 60 kilowatt hours respectively for 400 and 600 miles of range. Among the options are the Solar Cone, which adds up to 24 miles of range, enhanced audio, safety pilot, that's level 2 autonomous driving, and safety dividers for pets. You can also get an integrated tent, a rear awning for camping, an off-road kit with tougher wheel covers and more ground clearance, and of course custom interior and exterior options too. The prices for these options were not disclosed, but start at the high end of the range there and just go up if you're interested.